Hello and happy World Watercolour Month. For this month, every day I'm going to share with you a step-by-step watercolour tutorial to help you with this amazing challenge. It started in 2016 and I'll have more details about the challenge in the description below. And I really hope you enjoy this tutorial. I'm only going to use 3 colours: transparent brown oxide, but you could use burnt sienna; cadmium yellow, but you could use lemon yellow; and indigo, and you could use Paynes grey. So I've drawn a simple outline drawing with an HB pencil, and I'm mixing up some puddles of colour for my background washes. I'm using some of the yellow, I've used some of the brown oxide, and it's just sort of creamy, not too watery washes, quite creamy. And I'm mixing this with my size 10 black velvet brush. It really holds a lot of paint, this brush, and you've got a really nice point with it as well. I'm using some of the indigo now with the yellow to make some lovely mid greens. I'm making a really large puddle of yellow paint. It's some green have seeped into, but I'm painting the background wet on dry. Now, if you're not comfortable doing this, wet the background with clean water first of all, because it will give you some extra time. But I'm just painting this wet on dry. Keep loading your brush with paint. Really be generous and really work quite quickly. It's just one colour at the moment, so don't panic, and work your way around the daisy, in and out of the petals, and be careful to try not to touch any of the white petals. So once you put your yellow background wash on, now you can put your lighter greens on. In watercolour we work light to dark, so I'm just dropping in now these mid-tones, wet in wet, using the size 10 black velvet brush, using the browns, the mid-greens, and I'm really careful now, as you can see, when I'm going in and out of the petals. I don't want any paint to get on them to spoil the white petals. Try to have fun with this. It's really nice to be very experimental, very creative even, using these paints wet in wet. There's only 3 colours and yet it creates such a variety of colour. I love these brushes because they've got a lovely point and they hold so much paint. What I'm doing here is I'm just giving everything a little tilt to blend the colours, and I'm using the brush just to get rid of the excess paint. As you can see there now, all the colours have blended. The painting is damp now, and I'm using creamy dark paint. That's the indigo with the cadmium yellow. It's really creamy, and I'm using the size 10 brush and carefully painting around these petals now. As you can see, the white daisy is evolving without me even painting it. And now I'm painting a really creamy dark indigo with a touch of yellow at the top here. It will really bring that centre of the daisy out. I'm just dropping a little bit of this colour now to the right and left of the top of the painting, damp into damp. I'm sprinkling some sea salt now. The painting is damp. You can use table salt as well, and I'm going to let that dry. And as you can see, wow, what an amazing result. The salt's created like that feel of wild flowers in the distance, and look how pale the background's gone. So don't be afraid to use dark in those first stages. I'm putting on just yellow by itself in the centre of the daisy, and I'm using some of that brown oxide mixed with the yellow. It makes kind of an orangey colour. Remember, if you don't have any brown oxide, you can use burnt sienna or even red. Paint this damp into wet. That means your paint is creamier than the wet surface of your painting. I'm using a size 6 pointed round brush here. I've got a little bit more control, but it still holds lots and lots of paint. I'm dropping in some of that warmer tones on the top of the centre of the daisy. I'm using this same colour now, the yellow and the brown, and I'm mixing it slightly creamier colour. I'm dropping it in now to the edges of the centre where it meets the petals, just to build up a little bit of stronger tones, so it really separates that centre from the petals and it makes it look more 3D. And I'm putting a little bit now of details on the centre at the top, those warm colours. It gives it that extra bit of detail and it really brings it to life. I'm using indigo now, very watered down, just to paint some little sort of darker shades underneath the petals, just to give them some form. I'm using a damp brush now just to blend away, and I'm going to continue now using this same technique with all the petals. a little bit of a darker green now, just to build up some of the stem and the leaves. It's a creamy dark, and I'm just flicking that dark on there with a small size 6 brush, just to give that little bit more detail. I'm using that same colour, the indigo and the yellow, just to paint a few little more dark accents at the end of the centre where it reaches the petals, and a few more little dots of the brown with a mix of yellow on the edge. This is wet on dry to give that little bit more texture to the daisy. I've tried to keep everything really nice and simple. I've used a little bit more of the indigo and the yellow here to create some darks on the leaves, and then softening and blending with a damp brush. What I'm doing now is I'm painting a second layer on the petals, building up the darks. I've allowed the painting to dry. I've actually given it a blow dry. I'm still using the same colour, the indigo, and just layering basically the same colour over the top, but it just builds that dark. Take your time with this. It's actually quite a nice thing to do. It's quite relaxing. And once you've finished putting your darks on your petals, you can put a few more dark accents using the indigo and the brown just at the top of the petals where it reaches the centre. It really pops that centre out. As you know, I love to finish off a painting with a spatter. I've just got a watery puddle of the cadmium yellow, and I'm using my size 6 round brush, and I'm spattering in the background. I don't mind if it gets a little bit on the daisy. It just creates a little bit of texture and sparkle. So I really hope you're inspired by this daisy tutorial, and that you might add it to your paintings for the World Watercolour Challenge. If you like this content and you'd like to support the work that I create here on YouTube, why not think about joining my Patreon membership? You will get access to over 500 watercolor tutorials. Many of them have downloadable outline sketches. Some of the tutorials you'll also have access to downloadable PDF documents. With that, you get progress photographs and step-by-step instructions, and you can download that and keep them for yourselves. So I really hope that tempts you to join my Patreon membership. If you have any questions about the membership, please put those in the comments section below. And if you want to join the membership, just click Patreon in the description below. Happy painting. Bye for now.